The elections that were held in Sierra Leone in May 2002 saw the massive participation of Sierra Leoneans in the democratic process. Africa was in Sierra Leone in the period leading up to the elections, and the organization's executive director briefed the public via the Sierra Leone media on the role the organization intended to play in the country.
We really stand for the kind of thing that we will make citizens able for exercise their rights, but also hold different institutions accountable, government and all the other people that we suppose for do their work well accountable, but let also citizens and behave responsibly. Let citizens able for contribute towards national development and give them all the tools that were necessary for let them do that.
Okay, so what should they do right now, Sierra Leone?
Right now in Sierra Leone, we get an election monitoring team in Sierra Leone. Now it's come out from America, but also we don't join with local organizations. We get local monitors on the ground with our help and we disperse in different areas than the country for try to make sure say we get a report say the election go on okay. And the reason why we do this is that we get Boku, we don't reach the stage now with maturity for we able for say for we self inside our own country what thing go on right or what thing not go on right. We don't need for begin to ask other people them as to what thing happen in our own country. Especially for Sierra Leoneans overseas, where you get a lot of Sierra Leoneans overseas. We're very concerned about what's happening in Fambul and Dena, so they don't forget that. And there are also a lot of people that want to come back. And we already get Boku town hall meeting them. We don't be planned at a different tongue they're all over America for go talk to people as to what's happening, present we report so that themselves will feel comfortable, not just for the send money count for can't give them people them, but for can invest in Sierra Leone, for let at least Sierra Leone at grassroots level, the leading organization and the leading business them better go able for follow them since more investment from outside, from Sierra Leoneans outside, go come into the country.
The electioneering process saw what can easily be described as the freest and most good-natured campaigning the country has seen for a long time. Campaigning saw political parties contesting for the highest office in the land, with all of them seeming to be confident of victory. The Young People's Party was one of them. Supporters of the different parties, as expected, had a wide variety of views.
But this country and let's go out, believe them. We so going to suffer, while and let's come out, believe them. Business. When you calm down, we will be barren, not to nobody in threats. Now just because you see reason say that the innocent people let they suffer. When you come to the ballot, let the people excuse me, let go for free and fair. Now that's what only. But this one no issue. But if you then say then go rip this election, tell them say me say no, and not to me no more. We say no. We say no.
Rallies were organized in various parts of the country, and in Freetown, the city had a carnival atmosphere. One of the leading contenders for the presidency was retired Major Johnny Paul Kuroma, leader of the AFRC junta that overthrew the legitimate government in 1997.
Look, these are the time where Sierra Leone they move from war to peace. Now a transformation period. This is a transformation.
The largest crowds were brought onto the streets of Freetown by the APC and the SNPP parties.
In this country, who said the tap 10 days na the APC. Now APC no more, she do that. Except people don't do so. Once they vote jet.
On election day, voters were at the polling stations long before they opened. They formed long lines and waited patiently. Some locations had several polling stations, and so large crowds could be seen in such locations. Perhaps as should have been expected, there were several problems early in the day, with voters at times becoming impatient.
And then for the way take paper on for the way if you left like 20 people then so when you paper on left 20 then go for paper or now they stay me don't have no is on food not eating don't have but I know they for three and I have one ready son I have one day colleague when I come send wait a minute that young guy talk to guy I don't know now you right Mr. Sakai now you right
This seat, now why them they register? Now in the mistake be, you understand? So what do they do? We they can check this 2050 38. Now the book, you understand? Go check them, una they go join line, una they turn up now.
Look the people they are now over me, look at all them like say sit at. We don't go to myself from 6 o'clock. Look the people they are over now, they can't tell say una for. And me for no for that. We want come for.
Wait. Wait.
Fortunately, most of these problems were resolved and voting went on peacefully. The process was observed by both local and international observers. Counting was done first at the polling station, in full view of party representatives and election observers, in many cases going on well into the night.
Listen to the lesson, we'll get some blessing. Now we call the big God for this one word, and now this way, so we go get one word. Then we let Akata and Falamakata stop the Barat and Pungusa. Now by the way, them bad use Miskata. So man, they still fool, but all where they goes to, he goes so they can. So you talk this and talk that he put for me.
After the elections, all the groups of observers reported their findings publicly. Africa was one such group.
We covered north, east, west, and south. In fact, we were over in the entire Sierra Leone. And at this point in time, we have tabulated our preliminary results, so as everybody else has done to this point. That I must say on behalf of Afrique Inc., that our primary observation during our monitoring processes was that the elections were free and transparent, and that Sierra Leoneans have really exercised their constitutional right to vote, and they have indeed made their choice as to who should represent them, because this is the essence of democracy.
At the end of it all, Alhaji Dr. Ahmad Tijan Kaba, the incumbent, was declared duly elected president with 70.6% of the votes cast. The president and vice president were sworn into office the same day the final results were announced.
Alhaji Dr. Ahmad Tijan Kaba, do hereby, in the name of Allah, swear that I will at all times well and truly discharge the duties of the office of the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone according to law, that I will preserve, support, uphold, maintain, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Sierra Leone as by law established, and that I will do all right to all manner of people according to law, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. So help me Allah.
Solomon Ekuma Domdera, do hereby in the name of God swear that I will faithfully and truly discharge the duties of the office of Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone.
Africa also made a donation of medical supplies to 3 local hospitals. The executive director explained the rationale behind the donations.
Medical equipment, which we want to make available to our people. The problem is shipping. We have undertaken to put this in our luggage. On behalf of Sierra Leoneans in America, and all Sierra Leoneans in America, this is not just our donation to you, because a lot of people have tried to do this. A lot of people have done this. On behalf of the Oklahoma Healthcare Project that has so kindly donated a lot of the supplies, and MedShare International, and many other doctors, because there were many other people